Hello everybody, my name is Algum, and welcome back to Deathmark 2. Previously, we completed Kashima's case, but unfortunately Daimon befell the departed's moldy curse. History of Konohara Academy. 1927, it's founded in M-Town, H-City by the millionaire Genzo Konoe. 28, the construction is completed. The old building is completed. 37, the clock tower is built to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. 38, Konohara Academy's first headmaster, Genzo Konoe, passes away. 45, during the Great H-City air raid, a firebomb is dropped on the school. Both the school building and the clock tower are miraculously left unscathed. 1955, the school's address changes due to the town's merger. 58, Konohara Academy Student Council is launched. 87, the construction of the new building and the special building are completed and the old building is renovated. 90, the clock tower stops working due to age. 94, the old building is officially shuttered. 70 years of history. There were likely some tragic incidents that occurred during those decades. Does anything here give me a hint as to the departed's identity? Oh, we're...
4章死人の気配
We're just jumping straight into chapter 4, eh? I closed the Konohara Academy brochure once I finished reading it. Then I took a sip of the coffee I brewed. It's been 3 days since the end of Slit-Mouthed Kashima's case, and there's yet to be a new notice. In the interim, I've borrowed several documents from the school in a desperate bid to find any clues related to the departed's identity. The investigation is not going so well. I feel like I'm treading water in the middle of the ocean, and I can't see the shore. Instead, my sense of uneasiness keeps growing larger and larger. Well, time to get going. Mr. Konoe called me in today. I'd better head to the school. I'm feeling much better today than I was last time, so I decide to take my car. After cresting the steep slope, the school grounds finally come into view. Konoe is already left by the time I arrive at the faculty room. Without any direction, I decide to go to the infirmary. But just then, someone asks me to fill in for an absent teacher. I'm still not used to standing in front of a class. However, I do my best to remain professional and struggle through it, teaching a lesson cobbled together from stray bits of my knowledge. Can I ask a question? A female student timidly raises her hand. It's not related to the lesson, though. What is it? I heard you're investigating the departed. Does the departed really exist? They do. They certainly exist. My answer causes a stir among the students. Mr. Konoe and Sakamoto would probably give me massive glares if they knew, but I saw little point in lying to the kids. I just hope this will make everyone behave more cautiously. Maybe it will actually decrease the number of victims. The chime signaling the end of class sounds. Saying my goodbyes, I leave the classroom and walk toward the infirmary. School is over. Time to start my investigation. None of the mark bearers will be here today, since I didn't tell anyone I was coming. Had I just made this decision earlier, they'd all still be alive. Hey, they are all alive, alright? It's just one of them is in a coma now. I'm always one step behind. Mr. Kanoe should be back by now. I better go to the faculty room. Oh, there's only 4 lost souls in this chapter. So either there's not going to be a lot of haunted spots, or... only the bag enhancement with 3 lost souls. Oh, interesting. The notification light on my phone is blinking. Looks like I've got a voicemail. I press the button to play the audio. Hello. It's me, Kashiwagi. How are things going with your investigation, Mr. Yashiki? I'm in Osaka right now for work. I'd like to come back and help as soon as I'm done. But sadly, I'm shooting a music video, and then we have a concert after that. I'll be gone for at least a week. Sorry I can't be of much help. That reminds me, is Sho doing a good job? Oh, this would probably be a lot more soul-crushing if I had failed to save Sho. I asked him to help out in my absence. He's got good stamina, so I'm sure he's doing a much better job than me. I really wanted to be there to help you finish this thing. Such a shame, really. But give me a call if you ever need my help. I'll come flying to you. Bye-bye. That's the end of the voicemail. Okay, I get it. Hello, Yashiki. Sorry for making you wait. Has there been a new notice? No, I didn't call you because of that. I just wanted you to directly report your results in the Slit Master Kashima to me. Go ahead. I gave him a general report about the Slit Master Kashima case. It's also been decided that the broken glass and the dirty floor in the art room will be left as it is for the time being. I can't blame them, considering the current state of the old building. I see. It just keeps getting worse, huh? Daimon's been attacked, and the departed's identity still eludes us. Are there any clues that could help unravel this mystery? I've been digging through some of the school's documents, but I couldn't find anything linked to the departed. Mind lending me other documents of interest if you have them? I'm especially interested in the older ones. I've barely seen any, which is odd for a school that's got 70 years of history. Oh, about that. I assume you've learned that our school was firebombed in an air raid during the war, right? Aside from the old building and the clock tower, everything was burned down. That included the building that stored the school documents. Even without the physical documents, you can always ask people who might recall the history you're interested in. Do you know anyone offhand who might remember? Let's see. If the previous headmaster was still in good health, they'd be a prime candidate. He was curious about Konohara Academy's past and did some digging on his own. Where is he now? He died of a heart attack last month. That's why he's the previous headmaster and I'm the current one. Oh, okay, well, not much I can do about that. Say, Yashiki, I want you to be completely honest with me. Are you confident you can solve this case? Depends on my luck. Given what you're up against, I can understand why you'd choose to rely upon God. Not God, okay? luck. But still, do your best first, and then let God do the rest. Just bear this in mind. There are only so many strings I can pull if people continue to disappear. I'll be held responsible for the fallout, and you'll be removed from the case. To put it bluntly, our investigation will be stopped. I'll remember that. That's all I wanted to say. Oops, there's actually one more thing. This morning, Dorio, the student council president, asked me if you'd be coming to school today or not. Why don't you go see her? Both Dorio and Michiho are in the student council room when I arrive. Hello, Mr. Yashiki. Hee hee, thank you for the other day. Looks like Michiho's fully recovered. She doesn't seem sick or dispirited. Mr. Konoe said you're looking for me? Yes, there's something I'd like to discuss with you. Though I don't feel like saying it myself. Michiho, can you help? You're such a scaredy cat, Hime. Alright, take a look at this photo first. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Michiho shows me a photo of the pool at night. What am I looking at here? I have to say, the empty water at night is pretty eerie. What is that? There's something pale floating above the water's surface. Is it a corpse? The photo is too blurry for me to make out what it is, but it looks like the puffy, swollen face of a human. I was the one who took this ghost photo. The swimming club came to us to share their concerns about the pool ghost. I snuck into the school a while ago and took this picture. That's literally trespassing. Oh, come on, don't be so tight. I did it to try and keep the student body calm. I still can't believe I managed to get this snap, though. My supernatural sense is truly something else. Michiho grins from ear to ear. Seems like she hasn't learned anything after what happened to her during Kashima's case. Are you telling me to investigate this spirit? Exactly. I've heard there have been a lot of strange incidents in the swimming club recently. If a spirit is behind those incidents, we have to do something about it before it gets worse. Do you mind investigating it for us? Sure, you know what? After all, it could help us prevent something from happening before a new notice arrives. Thank you. Now tell me more about this spirit. Where should we start? Do you know the identity? While we still have no idea who the spirit is, some say it's a girl. During club activities, some of the swimming club members said they heard a weird female voice. Some also claim that they saw a severed head at night, like the one in that photo. I believe it started after the fuss around Takai died down. What fuss? Care to elaborate? Oh, you haven't heard about that? Kyoko Takai was the first notice victim. While she's said to be missing, the rumors say she was killed by Hanako of the toilet. Is she talking about Ribbon? Now that I think about it, I never actually learned who Ribbon was. Horikoshi told me about Ribbon. She used to be in brass band club with Izumi, and the two of them bullied Hanako together. Well, yeah, I can't deny that. She was on bad terms with Akai ever since they were first years. Did something happen between them? Oh, it was just Takai's personality. She was always an attention seeker. She'd form a clique and have them fawn over her. She really loved that. Akai was invited to join her circle one time, but she refused. Is that what turned their relationship sour? This is just a hunch, but Izumi's bullying of Hanako might have escalated because he had Takai by his side. They had a shared bond of hatred. Takai was known for her flashy red ribbon. Everyone knew she wore it all the time, and she didn't care because it was given by her boyfriend. Or so I'd heard. She really treasured that thing. When you touched her ribbon from behind, for fun, she'd get really angry. Then her boyfriend... That's enough, Michiho. You're flying off on a tangent now. Takai doesn't have anything to do with the pool case. When they're swimming, all of a sudden, they feel like they're being suffocated and almost drowned. That kind of thing has supposedly happened more than 10 times. Too much of a coincidence, don't you think? Bet the spirit was trying to suffocate them with their curse. Or you know that they just suck. Could be cramps, maybe they ate something, maybe they didn't practice proper breathing exercises. And that's all we know. Please take care of the rest for us, Mr. Yashiki. I'll try investigating it later, at night. Right, I forgot. Wait there. Michiho writes something at her desk. Take this. This is the dorm's number and my phone number. Call me if anything happens. Or if you're feeling lonely. Hehe. No, thank you. Jeez, Michiho, don't be a weirdo. I can't help teasing him, you know? He's way too serious, you know? I quickly leave the student council room, putting distance between myself and their cheerfulness. Their cheerfulness clashes with my brooding, serious nature. While awaiting the next notice, the student council asked me to investigate a spirit haunting the pool. Several students reported having odd incidents and nearly drowning, leading some to assume a spirit was involved. Before the incidents, a student, Takai, went missing. I also heard a voice at the pool. Wait, me? Unless this is Michiho. No, because we're the one writing this. Oh, I was not expecting there to actually be something here. I spot a familiar-looking boy while glancing over the spacious library. Once he noticed my presence, he immediately approaches me with a smug smile on his face. Well, look who we have here, if it isn't Mr. Yashiki. Big congratulations to you for surviving the oh-so-terrifying slit-mouthed Kashima. Yeah, no thanks to you. I expected nothing less from the renowned spirit doctor. I was just lucky. I think so too, actually. You are blessed by the goddess of fortune. Unfortunately for Mr. Daimon, he couldn't escape his cruel fate. I heard he's hospitalized at K Hospital. You sure know a lot about my situation, don't you, Abe? Don't you think it's time you tell me what sorts of tricks you have up your sleeves? Oh, goodness me. To think you would be interested in my secrets. I'm attracted to you, Spirit Doctor, and you're drawn to my mystery. We're basically meant to be. Haha, I don't dislike the sound of that. Okay, so we've got two candidates for The Departed. We've got Michiho, and we've got Abe here. Hey, don't dodge my question. How did you... What a silly question. I don't see any need to answer that. Don't you know? What makes a mystery fascinating and captivating is the fact that it remains a mystery. Let's keep our relationship this way. I'm in no mood to alter it. Haha. Now if you'll excuse me. With a chuckle, Abe leaves the library. I've got no idea what to make of that kid. I doubt we'll ever understand each other. I feel like I'm talking to an alien. Is this what they call a generation gap? Man, I'm old. I step out of the library after that conversation, feeling rather frustrated. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. I guess that's enough for my evening investigation. I return to the infirmary to prepare for the night's investigation. Might as well wait until the sun sets. Since I'm dealing with a spirit here, they should appear at night. Despite having no appetite, I forced down some cup noodles I brought on my way here to replenish my energy. I top it off with a cup of instant coffee with extra sugar. After all, we know that he loves to just pound sugar into that. Doesn't compare to the stuff I brew myself. Coffee is still coffee, though. It's a hot black drink chock full of caffeine and chlorogenic acid. Telling myself that, I gulp the drink down. The night is getting late. Time to head out. I've got a call. Who is it from? The phone is ringing. What is your name? Hello? Good evening, Mr. Yashiki. It's me, Himeko Dorio from the Student Council. Why'd you need to call me this late at night? There's something I wanted to tell you. Remember how earlier I said Takai had nothing to do with the pool case? Actually, it's the opposite. Did you find out something? I asked one of Takai's friends at the dorm. Turns out, Takai used to be in swimming club. Hang on, wasn't she in the brass band club? She quit the club after injuring herself during practice. After that, she joined the brass band club. But apparently, she still often came to watch the swim club practice. I heard she asked one of her friends in the club to let her swim from time to time. Because of that, the swimming club members kept away from her. So she just did her own thing. There's more, though I don't know if it's related to the case or not. Right before she died, she apparently lost her ribbon in the pool. I swear, if she turned into a spirit, I'm going to have no regrets with absolutely slam dunking her spirit, her corporeal form, back into the depths of wherever she came from. Didn't she love that ribbon a lot? Sounds like that would have been rough on her, huh? Yes, I heard she was flipping out. She searched all around the pool, the locker room, and the members' bags, but never found it. She was even saying she'd drain the entire pool if she had to. They were having a hard time stopping her. Did she find her ribbon in the end? Nope. And after that, the notice appeared. Doria stops talking. I guess that's all there is to the story. Thanks. It'll help in my investigation. I should be apologizing for troubling you. Please call Michu if anything happens. She'll come flying. Anyway, have a good evening. I'm still not sure whether Kyoko Takai is connected to the pool case. Maybe I'll get a better understanding once I go to the pool. Takai was in the swimming club before she moved to the brass band due to an injury. Rumor has it she was searching for the ribbon she lost before going missing. Ribbon, the first target was Takai. If she's also the pool spirit, that ribbon might be the key to solving this. Looks like those two have gone home. Their ability to take action is rather surprising. Is it because they're both in student council? Looks like nobody's working overtime today. I heard teachers work overtime a lot. Looks like the teachers here have a healthy work-life balance. The light's kind of dim. My eyesight will only get worse if I read books in this kind of lighting. I leave the special building and head to the pool. After a bit of walking, I arrive at my destination. The entrance is blocked by a low palisade. Obviously, given that school hours are over, it's locked. I forgot to borrow the key. Gah! No choice but to bulldoze my way through. Putting my feet on the palisade, I managed to shuffle myself over in one try. This is the pool in question. I'm not sure if a spirit will appear tonight, but let's take a look around first.
Yoshi.
There are benches by the pool with dead insects scattered on top. Alright, so Michio is definitely going to join us on this investigation.
Yoshi.
There are some benches by the pool. Judging by all the mold growing on them, these benches must be pretty uncared for.
Yoshi.
Each lane has a diving board. I find a small object on one of the diving boards. Oh, thank you for that. This is a bucket.
Yoshi.
The bucket and floor brush have been left out. Did someone forget to put them away?
Koko.
I see nothing on the surface of the water. Certainly not a severed head. The water is cloudy and clumps of algae float atop it. I'm guessing no one's using the pool these days due to the incidents. What was that voice? We've got a... Who's there? Oh, come on, please work. I aim my flashlight toward the source of the voice. It's... how do I describe it? It's like a giant balloon, right? I mean, it's floating, so... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Willy Wonka. Whenever that one kid eats the... is it the gum? That turns him into a giant blueberry. There I spot a bloated ghost that looks like a drowned corpse. Such an awful sight to behold that I can hardly keep myself from looking away. Now that I take a closer look at her, she's wearing a Konoe Horror Academy uniform. Judging by the hoses wrapped around her body, she looks like a victim of Hanako. Is this spirit of Kyoko Takai, the missing person named in the first notice? Save me. Save me. No. I start to get strange chills all over my body. Crap. I won't be able to endure this for long. Takai keeps saying save me over and over again. It's like she's begging for forgiveness. Hanako's no longer here, though. She can't forgive or save her. How do I save her now? The only things I can use at the moment are the bucket and the deck brush by the poolside. Well... I mean, scoop up floating rubbish, scoop up rubbish in the water, or... scoop up the air, or scoop up pool water. I've gotta see this.
Yoshi.
I tried scooping the air with the bucket several times. I know that's not going to do anything, but... Will you be saved if I do this? How are you dealing so much damage? I start to get strange chills all over my body. Guess that's not the right way to save her. I don't know what was going through my head when I did that, but... Because I would have to do something with the mop, since that was tied in with the Hanako case. Scoop up rubbish in the water, or scoop up floating rubbish. Maybe this?
Yoshi.
I mean, I'm probably going to die here, but... I try scooping up the trash floating within the water with the deck brush. It could be she's looking for her ribbon, though, so... I haven't really cleaned the pool like this before, so I end up dropping the brush. I hurry to pick up the brush. Will you be saved if I do this? However, all I managed to scoop up was a few clumps of algae. Okay, so I probably need to use the bucket then. I'm just being bothered with the bucket. Will you be saved if I do this? Takai's spirit stares at the pool, murmuring something in a relieved voice. I know this was just a dumb hunch, but maybe I stumbled on the right answer? There. More. Did she say there? More? I guess I need to do more to save this soul. Okay, well... Damn it, what should I do?
Yoshi.
I try putting the bucket deep in the water before scooping. The bucket's so deep in the water that it's quite full. I slowly lift it. I'm guessing she wants me to get the bucket deeper into the water when she says, "There, more." In that case. How's that? I scooped deep like you wanted. Like Eye's spirit stares at the water inside the bucket. I follow her gaze and see something floating inside. What's this? It's a flashy red ribbon. I think I remember something about Takai wearing a flashy ribbon. Is this what you've been searching for all this time? I heard Takai disappeared while she was looking for her favorite ribbon. She was probably killed by Hanako before she ever found it. Alright, that's another case done and dusted. Man, I am good at this. Takai's spirit laughs happily as she disappears into the darkness. The regret that Takai's lost soul bore has been dispelled. She shouldn't appear here again. Let's go back to the infirmary. The spirit hunting the pool was Kyoko Takai, Hanako's first victim. Getting her ribbon back allowed her to rest in peace. Takai bullied Hanako along with Izumi, which is why she was a target. The departed didn't show up during this investigation, so this might be unrelated to them. With this, the investigation has come to an end. Let's return to the infirmary. Okie dokie. Oh. Okay, well, this concludes the requested investigation. Let's just ignore that for now. Yet the night is still young. What should I do next? For some reason, I feel a set of eyes on me. How strange. There's something on the other side of the window. Was that the departed? Why were they here, though? Hey, that's not allowed. You cannot come into the safe area, alright? This is a safe haven, free of any spirits. Huh? There's an unfamiliar item on the desk. This is... the departed's notice. Is it going to be for me? Dear Student Council, I will kill you tonight. I'm watching, hiding in the school. Your beloved, the departed. Student Council? Do they mean Michiho and Dorio? Crap, what to do? First things first, I need to check whether they're safe or not. Better call them now. Hey, that's cheating! I take out the note Michiho gave me this evening. And then I punch in the number written on the paper. Michiho isn't answering. Well then, let's call the dorm and check if they're in their rooms. Konohara Academy's student dormitory here. The languid voice of a middle-aged woman is transmitted into the receiver that is pressed against my ear. She must be the dorm manager. My apologies for calling this late at night. My name's Ashiki. I'm one of the teachers at Konohara Academy. Have Himiko Dorio and Michiho Kinukawa returned home? Hold on. Mr. Yoshiki, right? So you're the teacher who's been hitting on those two. Hey, I'm the one that's getting hit on, not those two. Also, two? Has Dorio also been saying stuff about me? What? Aha, playing dumb, I see. I've heard it all from the kids here, you know. They say there's a four-eyed middle-aged teacher who's been hanging around Dorio and Kinukawa an awful lot. Hang on a second, this is... My goodness, how immoral. There have been more and more indecent teachers trying to put their hands on these innocent students. Just admit it already. That's what your intentions are, aren't they? You are going to be the reason why one of them dies tonight, lady. This is getting me nowhere fast. She's prejudiced against me. Why is this happening now of all times? What can I do to make her listen to me? Mr. Konoe! I'm investigating a case at the request of Mr. Konoe. If you refuse to cooperate, that's your choice, but I'm letting you know that he'll be hearing about it. Are you alright with that? Huh? Hold on a second. You were joking, right? Why don't you try calling him and see whether or not he thinks it's a joke? So, what are you gonna do? Your call. The dorm manager remains silent. Merely mentioning the name Konoe seems to be a pretty effective tactic within this school. My apologies. You see, the female dormitory has been getting a lot of weird calls lately. I didn't mean to offend you at all. I'm just taking precautions for the girl's sake. You know that, right? Sheesh, now she's finally willing to listen. So, where are Dorio and Kinukawa? To tell you the truth, both of them haven't returned and it's already past curfew. Excuse me? I always warn the kids that they need to get back by the curfew, but they... The dorm manager offers up a bunch of half-assed excuses. She obviously just doesn't want to be held accountable. They actually left after coming back. I'd let them go since it was before the curfew. I didn't do anything wrong. Did you ask where they were going at least? No, I respected their privacy. Okay, fair enough, but I distinctly remember that Kinukawa was talking on the phone before she left. Judging by their conversation, I assumed she was invited out by someone. Oh, okay. I'll try looking for them. Ignoring what the dorm manager attempts to say after that, I immediately hang up the phone. This is bad. Stifling my mounting anxiety, I quickly tried to organize my thoughts. I got a phone call and left the dorm. Luring their target out with a phone call is a trick the Departed has used over and over again. Knowing that, it's probably a sign that they've been lured back onto school grounds. I need to find them, and quickly. Alright, student council room. Dorio and Micho aren't here. Not here either. I mean, I know they're not going to be in any of these rooms. They'll probably be in the old building. The two of them have to be at school somewhere. But where to look first? Come. Place, connect past, future. That feeling just now, and that whisper. It's the same voice that told me to pretend to be Mr. Hirose during Slitmouth Kashima's case. Come to the place that connects the past and the future. That voice is trying to guide me somewhere. To the corridor crew. Really? I can go in here? I opened the door to see if Dorio and Micho are here. There's no one in the restroom. Let me guess, there's no one here? I've looked around on each floor to no avail. I return to the first floor to inspect other locations. Okay, well thank goodness it doesn't waste my time. Hello? The flashlight. Man, I really need to get this a new flashlight that doesn't just blank out on me. You're... A female doll is standing in the darkness. You're the one who called me, right? I forced the words out of my tensed mouth. Don't worry, she's a good one. I'm assuming she's a good spirit. So, a place that connects the past and the future. It must be this corridor that connects the old and new buildings. What the hell are you? The doll only responds with a hollow voice. They simply stand facing each other, both of us motionless as time passes. Meanwhile, Goryo and Michiho are... I feel uneasy thinking about it. Hey, why did you call me? Play, be... What is she trying to say? Place, bell, rings... My... The doll in the red dress disappears, blending into the darkness. What does she want to tell me? Place where the bell rings, my... The place where the bell rings. What's in there? Okay, let's investigate these areas. First, a massive statue of the guardian fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives one the impression that it has been here for quite some time. Foxes might be the messengers of Inari, but this isn't the time to make a wish. Hold on, I take it back. This is the perfect time to wish for their safety. I close my eyes and clap my hands. Because I'm happy and you know it. I hope Michiho and Doria will be safe. What was that sound? The fox looks the same as before. Is it just my imagination? Why am I getting the chills then? Suddenly, something falls out of the fox's mouth. Thank you for that. The explanation is really confusing, and I've got a bad feeling. Are they safe? I need to find them quickly. We have to get every single tooth. We can't leave a single one standing. The place where the bell rings, eh? There's only one possibility. The Millennium Tower. The Clock Tower. A landmark of Konohara Academy that was built to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. Having fortunately escaped the fiery ravages of war, it became a symbol of the school along with the old building. The clock stopped working 7 years ago, so there's no way the bell can ring. But I've often heard the bell ring since coming here, especially on occasions when the departed's presence is strong. The bell is ringing. Dorio? That scream just now. Was it Dorio? She's nearby. Probably inside the clock tower. The door of the grand clock tower is slightly ajar. Almost as if it's beckoning me to enter. That is so squeaky. The moment I put my hand on the rusty doorknob, the double doors fling wide open. What exactly am I seeing here? Both Dorio and Michiho are lying on the floor in their underwear. What the hell happened here? You guys okay? Yes. Dorio replies weakly. She can't think straight. Mr. Yashiki. Michiho groans and calls my name. Can you stand? Don't think so. I can't move. My legs and arms. A huge blob is wriggling around them, restraining their limbs. It looks like a massive slime mold. I'm going to rip it off. But wait! Don't provoke the bugs. They'll bite. A swarm of insects are crawling on their skin. Some are venomous, including the centipedes. If this is the Departed's doing, then these are likely no ordinary insects. There are bound to be massive consequences if I mess this up. These girls could end up like Daimon. I better be extremely careful and take things step by step. What should I do first? I gotta go with Michiho. First, I remove the slime mold that's binding Michiho's limbs. And then I carefully brush the bugs from her body. Here's the thing, Michiho knows the supernatural, alright? Dorio, she's not really proven to be too useful. Can you walk, Michiho? But barely. I help Michiho get on her feet and take her out of the clock tower. Thank you. We should be safe here. I'll go help Dorio now. Wait here. I return to the clock tower and perform the same tasks in the exact same order to help Dorio. Lastly, I scoop up their uniforms from the floor and run outside with her. I close the doors behind me and heave a huge sigh of relief. It all went well. And nothing bad happened. Well, nothing else bad happened. While the two are getting dressed, I look up at the clock tower. Is it just coincidence that they were put there? I don't think so. There must be a reason for it. And a calculated one at that. Mr. Yashiki, we're done changing. I have to ask them what happened. Before that, let's go back to the infirmary. Once we arrive, I make them some instant coffee. Both of them sip their drinks in silence. Their faces have regained some color. Looks like they've calmed down a bit. They should be able to talk now. Wait, I'm in the final stage of this? Already? But there's 2 more teeth I need to find. Mr. Yashiki, I'm fine now. Feel free to ask us anything you need to know. That goes for me too. Despite their trembling voices, they're trying to be strong. Honestly, I'd rather not make these kids recall such painful events, but I don't have a choice. Time to figure out what happened in the clock tower. I tell them that I've managed to resolve the situation with the spirit in the pool. Thank you, Mr. Yashiki. To think that spirit was really Takai. So she was murdered by Hanako and then became a spirit? Kinda scary to think about a spirit giving birth to another spirit. Takai isn't the only victim that turned into a spirit. Shinji, who was killed by Kashima, was haunting the gymnasium. I have to wonder if this entire series of awful events was set in motion by the departed. The dorm manager told me you were invited out by someone. Who called you? It was you. Me? You asked us to help you because you were trapped in the clock tower. So Hime and I went out there. I think that was probably the departed pretending to be me in order to lure you out. Are you serious? Damn, they're a tricky enemy. The door was open when we arrived at the clock tower. The moment we stepped inside, a swarm of insects attacked us. They were crawling under our uniforms, so we took them off and tried to get the insects off of us. I started panicking, and everything went blank after that. If they were just normal insects, I wouldn't have been so scared, but I saw some venomous centipedes among them. My limbs refused to move when I tried to escape. And then you came just when we were at the end of our ropes. You really saved our lives. Was the departed the one who sent those insects to attack us? Most likely. I saw a notice that they were trying to kill you two, student council. Why us? I might have an idea why. Do you mind telling us? So I've noticed that the departed's targets fall into two categories. People directly targeted by the departed, like you were, and those who are targeted by other spirits. Everyone who's been directly targeted by the departed have all been people I'm close with. Then that means we were targeted because we're close with you? I think so. Oh, I see. I'm sorry, Dorio. Sorry, Michiho. You wouldn't have had this horrific experience if I hadn't asked for your help. I'm a curse. I shouldn't have gotten involved in this case. And Daimon wouldn't have had to go through such terrible things. My chest tightens as feelings of regret well up inside. But we were saved because of you. Dorio. You still saved our lives. That's not something that just... You still saved our lives. That's not something that just anyone would have been able to do. You did it because you have the skills. Yep. The other adults don't believe in the departed. You're the only one I can rely on to protect us. So please don't apologize for caring about us. We're really grateful to you. Ichiho. Thank you. You know what would be really messed up? If both of them were the departed. I mean, it'd be interesting. But even after experiencing many terrible things, they never lose their smiles. They never turn away from the terror lurking in the darkness. Instead, they're trying to fight against it. Again, I don't know why they had to make that so fast. I don't know if it's because they're brave or have a strong sense of justice. One thing's for sure though, what those two are doing is not something that just anyone would be capable of. Witnessing their strength and resolve has given me encouragement. The two of them shine brightly, like a beacon in the darkness. Mr. Yashiki, there's something I'm curious about. Is the departed really hiding in our school? Yes, Izumi and I said they're pretending to be a human. Do you know who they are? No, unfortunately. They're one cautious foe, disguising themselves and leaving no clues at all. Mr. Yashiki, would you like to try deducing the departed's true identity with us? Ooh, nice idea. Let's give it a shot. 3 heads are better than 2. Yeah, sure, we better try it. Their suggestion piques my interest. Who knows, maybe they actually can feel the departed's presence. Hey, new song. So the departed is targeting those who are close to you, right? How would they know your circle of friends and who you're close to, though? Well, since they're spirits, they might have used their supernatural powers to figure it out. Or they might have discovered it when pretending to be a human at the school. Why don't you try exploring that option? If we assume they're just using powers, they won't leave us any path to deduce anything. There's only a handful of people who know about Ai and Sho at the school. First up is my client and the headmaster of the school, Mr. Kanoe. Since I report everything related to the case to him, he would have learned a thing or two about me during the process. Next, we have the curriculum coordinator, Sakamoto. A serious and cantankerous individual, she might have heard things about me from Mr. Kanoe and her colleagues. Next, the male student, Haruaki Abe. I'm gonna say Abe from now on. For some reason, he knows a lot about me and my connections. He called me Spirit Doctor, so he may know about the Mark Bearers too. And then we have Himiko Dorio and Michiho Kinukawa. Both of them have been working with me, so they'd know Ai and Sho as well. Is the departed among them? If so, who is it? Is it you? But I'm not the departed. I'm terrified of all this spooky stuff. Too bad, Hime. That isn't enough to prove your innocence. Who knows? Maybe you transform into the departed when I'm not looking. Come on, that's such a bad joke. However, Dorio was targeted by the departed. She was even attacked when we were investigating Hanako. It's hard to imagine her as the departed, I don't even want to think about it. This isn't as easy as I thought. I just don't have enough clues to deduce the departed's true identity yet. I can only press on with the investigation, all the while wondering who are my allies and who are my enemies. Before we realize it, a long time has passed. I can't just keep the scrolls out when they've already broken their curfew. We better leave the infirmary as soon as we're ready. What kind of excuse should we give to the door manager? After closing up the special building, we leave the school. Mr. Yashiki? Would you mind sharing more details about this case with us? Maybe we can help you come up with something. Well, you have a point, but you don't want us to get involved. It's too late for that. We've already been targeted by the departed. You solving this case is the only way we're going to get our normal lives back. That's why both of us want to help you out. Please let us help, Mr. Yashiki. Fine. Alright. All the deaths, grotesque occult phenomena, the fear of being targeted by the departed. My heart is overburdened with all this stress. I want to let it all out. I just want to vent to someone. Anyone. So once these two press me, I give in easily, opening up like an unlocked diary, spilling the details of the incidents up to this point. Horikoshi and Manabe were killed by spirits, Daimon's hospitalization, as well as the female doll and the numerous visions she's shown me, something I didn't even tell the mark bearers. I guess that's just about everything. Both of them stare at me, stunned. They must find it hard to believe. Honestly, it'd be more of a shock if they believed it at all. Mr. Yashiki? That doll in the red dress. We know her. Say, what? We saw her before at the clock tower. On the day we received this curse. Wait, what curse? I'm not following you. What a turn of events. I have to ask for details. It was 2 months ago during summer break. We went to the clock tower for the school's 70th anniversary project. Oh yeah, weren't you guys planning to get the clock tower moving again? Yes, we wanted to inspect the inside of the tower before moving on with the project. That was when we saw a female doll in a red dress placed on the altar. Did the doll move? No, she was just sitting on the altar. It immediately gave us both the chills, so we decided to get out of the tower. But it was too late. We were already cursed. Is it okay if I tell him, Hime? Sure, go ahead. Only because I'm sure you'll believe us, Mr. Yashiki. Alright. Michiho looks serious, which isn't a side of her I've seen often. You can see them, can't you? My white hair and the mark on Hime's face. Well, yeah, I figured that was what the curse was. Yeah, they really stand out. To tell you the truth, other people can't see them. What? Aside from us, the only one who can see them is you. So in other words, the doll cursed you by dyeing your hair white and giving Dorio a tattoo on her face. I mean, not the worst curse I can think of. That's impossible. But how? Now that I think about it, there was definitely something off. Doria's never even tried to hide her mark from others, and none of the mark bearers have ever commented on Michiho's white hair. It all makes sense now. It's because I'm the only one who can see them. We've been this way ever since we met that doll. This must be the doll's curse. Okay, what's the woes of it? I recall the mark that was carved on my body 4 months ago. It was a death curse. Undoubtedly, their curse also has the power to bring misfortune upon them. Have you experienced anything strange ever since you got the curse? Like a health condition? Hearing or seeing things? Nothing at the moment. I'm not sleep deprived and still have my normal appetite and sleep. How about you, Hime? I'm fine too. I knew it. This curse is bad news, right? Well, I mean, it's called a curse for a reason. What did you expect? Don't scare me like that. We actually told the door manager about it before, but she didn't believe us. She thought we were just being weird kids. It was really hard on us. After that, he decided not to speak about it to anyone else. Doria solemnly casts her eyes downward. Seems like this has really taken a toll on her and Michiho. After that, we met you. I thought I noticed you staring at my mark. I was wondering whether you could see it back then. Remember when you complimented my hair before? That convinced me you were the only one who could see these things. I was really happy about that. Michiho said we should talk about it with you, but I was afraid. I was scared you'd look at us weird. However, tonight I finally got the courage. Why am I the only one who can see these things, though? I'm not too sure about why that is. Aren't there some spiritual occurrences that are only visible to you? Maybe our curse is like that. So, is this another effect of my gifted supernatural sense? I feel like I've probably gotten all the information I need from them at the moment. Mr. Yashiki, I've been thinking about this for a while, but do you think the departed's true identity is... that doll? No, it's not. Nah. She put a curse on us, though. Isn't she, like, bad news? I'm sure she's the departed. Evil spirits that were sealed in the clock tower have come out. And I'm sure that was our fault. But she looks different from the departed. If the departed can transform into a human, they can probably turn into other things too. Even this curse of ours is the departed's doing. That means it should be lifted once they're gone. Okay. I'm getting the feeling... I mean, I kind of threw it out there kind of as a joke, but... I'm getting the feeling that these two actually are the departed, because they're really pushing me to get rid of the doll. So maybe it was like, that doll is like very powerful, and the departed's like... I mean, we kind of see the sort of bug motif going on, right? So maybe what they're going to do is they'll transfer into the departed, they'll eat the doll, because maybe the doll's like super powerful and they can't do anything about it. So they're waiting for that moment so that they can transform into something even worse. Michiho gives an abnormally loud shout. She seems to really believe the female doll is the departed. He was already investigating spirits and the departed when we first met. I understand why she was doing that now. She wasn't my rival. She was trying to find a way to lift her curse. If what Michiho said is true, the departed's case isn't just something that's happening randomly. There are incidents that both of us caused. Dorio, we have to put an end to this case. Please let us help you out. I have learned new information from the two of them. The evil darkness surrounding Konohara Academy continues to deepen. I wonder when that darkness will finally be cleared away and replaced by sunshine. When we arrive at the dormitory, the dorm manager is waiting for us. Given the fact that they broke curfew and returned this late at night, it's no wonder she's beside herself with rage. But I've already learned the trick to dealing with her from our earlier phone call. She's only concerned about who is going to be held responsible for all of this. Once I promise her that I won't tell the school about the curfew violation, she takes it down several notches. I say goodbye to Dorio and Michiho and leave the dormitory. Time to head back to Kujo Mansion. There I start compiling all the reports I need to submit to Mr. Konoe, accompanied by a cup of sweet coffee. How should I summarize this? If I mention the clock tower incident, I'm going to have to bring up the girls breaking curfew as well. That would betray the dorm manager and ruin the image of those two students. Yes, I should just stick to mentioning the pool ghost. The black telephone rings loudly. Who's calling me this late at night? Hello? Kinakawa's here. Hello. Oh, I wasn't expecting you to call this soon. Before we parted ways, I gave them the number to Kujo Mansion just in case. I just didn't imagine that she'd be using the number this soon. So, why did you call? I just wanted to hear your voice. Your calm voice makes me feel relaxed. Don't you get that a lot? What are you going on about? Anyway, what do you want to talk about? I have a question for you. Let's say... What if I is the departed? Can you beat her? Why are you asking something like that? Well, the departed's hiding in our school, and we have no idea who it is. I just don't know what I'd do if he may turn out to be the departed. Just thinking about it makes me feel depressed, hence why I wanted to talk to you. So, could you attack Ai if she's the departed? Well, I mean, I've got no choice. Because that's not Ai, is the thing. I guess that's the only option we'd have, huh? More people will die if the departed is allowed to continue existing. We have to take them down. The only thing I can do for those who have become spirits is to save their souls. Heh, that's so like you. It makes me feel at ease somehow. I hope that helps. Thanks for answering my childish question, Mr. Yashiki. You really are suited to be a teacher. I love that about you. I love that you have that honesty. Oops, time to take a bath. Good night, Mr. Yashiki. Good night. I hang up the phone once the conversation's over. I need to wash off my sweat and get some shut-eye too. I collapse into my bed. When I close my eyes, the smiles of the two girls I saved tonight run through my mind. My tension melts away. For the first time in days, I experience that pleasant bliss of floating to dreamland, unburdened by the past few days' events. However, I know this tranquility is fleeting at best. Once a new notice arrives, I'll have to face the specter again. Well, dang it, I'm gonna have to go through the chapter again to find all of the teeth. A few days have passed since the incident at the clock tower. K Hospital is surprisingly empty for midday. Forgive the expression, but the place is basically dead. From the other side of the hallway, a familiar-looking man is approaching me. Next to him is a small girl. Is it Ada and... Suzu? Hello, Mr. Yoshiki. Are you also here to visit Daimon, Ada? Yeah, pretty much. She asked me to come with her.
おじさん、こんにちは。
Good afternoon. This girl is Suzu Morimiya. Though she's but a grade schooler, she's also one of the mark bearers. After a previous case, she came to idolize Ada and treat him as her older brother. Ada, why are you taking Suzu here on a weekday afternoon? She's not skipping school, alright. Today is her school's anniversary. I heard the situation from Ada. Mr. Daimon's still asleep because of his spirit's curse, isn't he? Most likely. No way. Her eyes are filled with deep sorrow. Don't you worry, Suzu. Mr. Yoshiki and I will definitely save Mr. Daimon, alright? Ada proudly taps his chest while making that claim. I have no idea where that confidence comes from. Despite my skepticism, the display brings a smile back to Suzu's face. Ada, Mister, can I trust you too? The only guarantee in life is death, kid. I'm not gonna say. I have to say it, I'm sorry. Hey, why would you say that? Listen here, Suzu. Whenever there's a case, you can bet the two of us can take care of it super fast. So don't you waste your time worrying and just wait, okay? Thank you, Ada. Anyway, Mr. Yoshiki, I'll continue to back you up on your investigation. Ada, about that. Oops, let's save that for later. I've got to get Suzu back home. I'll go to Kujo Mansion after that. Call me if you need anything. See you later, mister. Ada and Suzu leave after that. Crap, that was my chance to tell him. Following Slitmouth Takashima's case, I told Moe and Sho to stay out of the investigation. But Ada wasn't around, so I haven't told him yet. I finish my visit with Daimon and leave the hospital. Ada should actually be fine, as long as he stays at the mansion and we don't say anything about him. We should be able to keep him safe. He's still comatose, showing no sign of leaving limbo and rejoining the ranks of the conscious. The doctors have yet to identify the root cause of his coma. If it's truly the departed's curse that is behind his condition, he won't pull out of this so long as the departed still exists. I drive my car to Konohara Academy. A new notice hasn't been discovered yet. But Mr. Konoe asked me to teach a class this afternoon. I enter the classroom and take my place in front of the students. Then I proceed with the class like usual. When Konoe first asked me to teach as part of my investigation, I thought it would be an absolute disaster. But surprisingly, I'm doing just fine. On the other hand, the students seem to be doing markedly less fine. The number of fidgeting students that can't focus on the class is too large to ignore. Considering some of them also asked me about my investigation, it's obvious what's on their minds. The departed isn't just a fringe rumor anymore. These students have gone from being amused to being terrified. The human heart is a fragile thing, seeing these kids with their flagging spirits. I know I need to hurry up and close this case. In what feels like the blink of an eye, class is over. The first time I taught, it felt like time stood still. It's kind of troubling to realize I've now been at it long enough that I'm used to it. After school, I start my investigation solo. I think back to my conversation with Dorio and Micho the other day. The departed might be someone close to me. In order to narrow it down, I make the rounds asking teachers and students alike about the people involved in the incident. However, my efforts are fruitless, and all I get is a lot of small talk and wasted effort. I attempt to take a different angle to figure out the departed's true identity and think it over. The departed is good at hiding. Let's say they're able to take the place of someone else. And when they do, they can perfectly duplicate that person's looks, memories, and personality. It'd be the perfect disguise. Nobody could see through that. With that level of deception, the only real chance to know their true identity would probably be once they've achieved their goal. Which will likely be when they exchange vows with their dear husband. And for me, that would either be death or a fate worse than that, so I have to find the answer before then. I glance up and notice that it's already dark out. It's time for the students to leave school. I'm not getting anywhere by blindly hunting for clues. I better go to the infirmary and put together a real plan of action. I find a woman in a white coat inside the infirmary. Hiro? For a moment I think she's a school nurse, but then I see her face.
どうも
Oh, you're about as smug as ever. Hello, Yashiki. I never would have imagined you'd be a teacher here. I was really shocked when I heard the news from Daimon. Hiro, why are you here? To help you out with the investigation? What else would I be doing here? I never would have imagined I'd hear the word help come out of Hiro's mouth. There's gotta be a reason. She's Madoka Hiro. She wears a white coat, but not because she's a doctor. Hiro's a mark bearer who works at a pharma company as a researcher. If I remember correctly, you don't handle paranormal phenomena all that well. Well, true. I mean, after all the suffering I was put through before, how could I be expected to like it? So why are you here then? Jeez, you're so annoying. I have my own reasons, alright? She's rather intelligent, but Hiro also has quite the cowardly streak. However, there are times when her curiosity gets the better of her, and she ends up poking her nose into bizarre incidents. Call it a test of courage, I suppose. To tell you the truth, I'm here because Daimon asked. In the event that something were to happen to him, he asked that I come help you instead. Hence I'm here, using up my paid leave. I appreciate you taking your obligation to Daimon seriously, but this case is extremely dangerous. There have been a lot of casualties already. Oh, come now, don't patronize me. I'm fully aware of the dangers present. And why are you? Because I want to save Daimon. Simple as that. They're my friends too, not just yours. Daimon apprised me of the situation. A spirit known as the Departed issues notices targeting people and then has other spirits kill them, correct? Yeah, and it has been pretty successful. We have a number of victims already. That spirit seems to have some human tendencies, eh? They behave a bit like a serial killer. The Departed is different from any other spirit I've encountered so far. They're cunning, and they possess the ability to pass themselves off as a human and hide within the school. And I've also heard they're obsessed with you, no? You sure have a strong connection with spirits, Yashiki. I guess so. I wonder if that's just another aspect of my lineage, like the way I seem to be able to see paranormal phenomena that others can't. Well then, shall we proceed with the investigation? Wait a minute, hero. I'm going to investigate alone. I don't want to get you involved in this. Say what? You're just gonna disregard my feelings? I don't get a say in the matter? Hero. Didn't you understand what I told you before? You aren't the only one who feels frustrated about what happened to Daimon. So you better ditch that weird "I'm the only one who can carry this burden, I'll sacrifice myself" mindset. It really gets on my nerves. But I'll just take matters into my own hands if you keep insisting I stay out of this. Just give it up. A triumphant smile brightens her features. I don't think I'm going to win a war of wits against her. Moving on to your investigation. I've heard there's no notice yet. As of this moment, that is correct. I have a feeling one will arrive soon, though. Let's go check the faculty room. You got a sixth sense or something? I guess you can call it that. I have a feeling that the Departed wants me, their dear husband, to continue pursuing this case. If my hunch is right, that means that they'll be more likely to issue a notice while I'm here at the school. But before that, we have some lost souls to find. There's something stuffed into the red crack. I need to touch the crack if I want to figure out what it is. This is on the notice board. In the new building. This is for the investigation. I need to do it. I slowly stick my finger into the crack. It's lukewarm. And damp? Did I just stick my hand into the Departed's mouth? A sharp pain shoots through my finger. Something's biting me. I yank my finger to check out for an injury. What? Strangely enough, there is no wound. Am I just imagining things? Another eerie tooth. Man, this Departed truly is a prankster. The doll said the place where the bell rings. It can't be the old building. Really? Oh!
これは
Something is reflecting the light from my flashlight. This is... Okay, I would have found all of them very easily if I just actually looked around more. This really was just a very short chapter.
これよしいけそうだ
Oh, okay. So leveled up, and... Now there's more stuff on Michiho and Dorio. Ah, you didn't get me that time, Chuckle Nuts.